Glorified art thou, O Lord my God. Every man of insight confesseth thy sovereignty and thy dominion, and every discerning eye perceiveth the greatness of thy majesty and the compelling power of thy might. The winds of tests are powerless to hold back them that enjoy near access to thee, from setting their faces towards the horizon of thy glory. And the tempests of trials must fail to draw away and hinder such as are wholly devoted to thy will from approaching thy court. Methinks the lamp of thy love is burning in their hearts, and the light of thy tenderness is lit within their breasts. Adversities are incapable of estranging them from thy cause, and the vicissitudes of fortune can never cause them to stray from thy pleasure. I beseech thee, O my God, by them and by the sighs which their hearts utter in their separation from thee, to keep them safe from the mischief of thine adversaries, and to nourish their souls with what thou hast ordained for thy loved ones, on whom shall come no fear, and who shall not be put to grief.
Praise be to him who hath honoured the land of Bahai, through the presence of him round whom all names revolve. All the atoms of the earth have announced unto all created things that from behind the gate of the prison city there hath appeared, and above its horizon there hath shone forth the orb of the beauty of the great, the most mighty branch of God, his ancient and immutable mystery, proceeding on its way to another land. Sorrow thereby hath enveloped this prison city, whilst another land rejoiceth. Exalted, immeasurably exalted is our Lord, the fashioner of the heavens and the creator of all things. He through whose sovereignty the doors of the prison were opened, thereby causing what was promised aforetime in the tablets to be fulfilled. He is verily potent over what he willeth, and in his grasp is the dominion of the entire creation. He is the powerful, the all-knowing, the all-wise. Blessed, doubly blessed, is the ground which his footsteps have trodden. The eye that hath been cheered by the beauty of his countenance. The ear that hath been honoured by hearkening to his call. The heart that hath tasted the sweetness of his love, the breast that hath dilated through his remembrance, the pen that hath voiced his praise, the scroll that hath borne the testimony of his writings. We beseech God, blessed and exalted be he, that he may honor us with meeting him soon. He is, in truth, the all-hearing, the all-powerful, he who is ready to answer.
The will of the divine testator is this. It is incumbent upon the Avsan, the Afnan and my kindred, to turn, one and all, their faces towards the most mighty branch. Consider that which we have revealed in our most holy book. When the ocean of my presence hath ebbed, and the book of my revelation is ended, turn your faces toward him whom God hath purposed, who hath branched from this ancient root. The object of this sacred verse is none other except the most mighty branch, Abdul Baha'i. Thus have we graciously revealed unto you our potent will, and I am verily the gracious, the all-powerful.
Verily God hath ordained the station of the greater branch to be beneath that of the most great branch. He is in truth the ordainer, the all-wise. We have chosen the greater after the most great, as decreed by him who is the all-knowing, the all-informed. It is enjoined upon everyone to manifest love towards the Ahsan. But God hath not granted them any right to the property of others. O ye my Ahsan, my Afnan, and my kindred, we exhort you to fear God, to perform praiseworthy deeds, and to do that which is meet and seemly, and serveth to exalt your station. Verily I say, fear of God is the greatest commander that can render the cause of God victorious. And the hosts which best befit this commander have ever been and are an upright character and pure and goodly deeds.
O thou, beloved of my heart and soul, I have no refuge save thee. I raise no voice at dawn, save in thy commemoration and praise. Thy love encompasseth me, and thy grace is perfect. My hope is in thee, O God. Give me a new life at every instant, and bestow upon me the breaths of the Holy Spirit at every moment, in order that I may remain steadfast in thy love, attain unto great felicity, perceive the manifest light, and be in the state of utmost tranquility and submissiveness. Verily, thou art the giver, the forgiver, the compassionate Abdul.
O God, my God, give me to drink from the cup of thy bestowal, and illumine my face with the light of guidance. Make me firm in the path of faithfulness. Assist me to be steadfast in thy mighty covenant, and suffer me to be numbered with thy chosen servants. Unlock before my face the doors of abundance. Grant me deliverance and sustain me through means I cannot reckon from the treasuries of heaven. Suffer me to turn my face toward the countenance of thy generosity, and to be entirely devoted to thee. O thou who art the merciful and compassionate. To those that stand fast and firm in thy covenant, thou verily art gracious and generous. All praise be to God, the Lord of the worlds.
Make firm our steps, O Lord, in thy path, and strengthen thou our hearts in thine obedience. Turn our faces toward the beauty of thy wonders, and gladden our bosoms with the signs of thy divine unity. Adorn our bodies with the robe of thy bounty, and remove from our eyes the veil of sinfulness, and give us the chalice of thy grace, that the essence of all beings may sing thy praise before the vision of thy grandeur. Reveal then thyself, O Lord, by thy merciful utterance, and the mystery of thy divine being, that the holy ecstasy of prayer may fill our souls. A prayer that shall rise above words and letters, and transcend the murmur of syllables and sounds, that all things may be merged into nothingness before the revelation of thy splendor. Lord, these are servants that have remained fast and firm in thy covenant and thy testament, that have held fast unto the cord of constancy in thy cause, and clung unto the hem of the robe of thy grandeur. Assist them, O Lord, with thy grace, confirm with thy power, and strengthen their loins in obedience to thee. Thou art the pardoner, the gracious.
O God, my God, thou art my hope and my beloved, my highest aim and desire. With great humbleness and entire devotion, I pray to thee to make me a minaret of thy love in thy land, a lamp of thy knowledge among thy creatures, and a banner of divine bounty in thy dominion. Number me with such of thy servants as have detached themselves from everything but thee, have sanctified themselves from the transitory things of this world, and have freed themselves from the promptings of the voices of idle fancies. Let my heart be dilated with joy through the spirit of confirmation from thy kingdom, and brighten my eyes by beholding the hosts of divine assistance ascending successively upon me from the kingdom of thine omnipotent glory. Thou art, in truth, the Almighty, the All-Glorious, the All-Powerful.
They have branched from the Sadrat al-Muntaha, this sacred and glorious being, this branch of holiness. Well is it with him that hath sought his shelter and abideth beneath his shadow. Verily the limb of the law of God hath sprung forth from this root, which God hath firmly implanted in the ground of his will, and whose branch hath been so uplifted as to encompass the whole creation. Magnified be he, therefore, for this sublime, this blessed, this mighty, this exalted handiwork. Draw nigh unto him, O people, and taste the fruits of wisdom and knowledge that have proceeded from him, who is the Almighty, the All-Knowing. Whoso hath failed to taste thereof is deprived of God's bounty, though he partake of all that the earth can produce, could ye but perceive it.
Adorn your heads with the garland of trustworthiness and fidelity, your hearts with the attire of the fear of God, your tongues with absolute truthfulness, your bodies with the vesture of courtesy. These are in truth seemly adornings unto the temple of man. If ye be of them that reflect, cling, O ye people of Bahai, to the cord of servitude unto God, the true one, for thereby your station shall be made manifest, your names written and preserved, your ranks raised and your memory exalted in the preserved tablet. Beware lest the dwellers on earth hinder you from this glorious and exalted station. Thus have we exhorted you in most of our epistles, and now in this, our holy tablet, above which hath been the day star of the laws of the Lord, your God, the powerful, the all-wise. When the ocean of my presence hath ebbed and the book of my revelation is ended, turn your faces towards him whom God hath purposed, who hath branched from this ancient root.
O Lord, I have turned my face unto thy kingdom of oneness, and am immersed in the sea of thy mercy. O Lord, enlighten my sight by beholding thy lights in this dark night, and make me happy by the wine of thy love in this wonderful age. O Lord, make me hear thy call, and open before my face the doors of thy heaven, so that I may see the light of thy glory and become attracted to thy beauty. Verily, thou art the giver, the generous, the merciful, the forgiving.
Lord, pitiful are we. Grant us thy favor. Pour, bestow upon us a share from the ocean of thy wealth. Needy, do thou satisfy us. Abased, give us thy glory. The fowls of the air and the beasts of the field receive their meat each day from thee, and all beings partake of thy care and loving kindness. Deprive not this feeble one of thy wondrous grace, and vouchsafe by thy might unto this helpless soul thy bounty. Give us our daily bread, and grant thine increase in the necessities of life, that we may be dependent on none other but thee, may commune wholly with thee, may walk in thy ways, and declare thy mysteries. Thou art the Almighty, and the loving, and the provider of all mankind.
O God, my God, lowly and tearful, I raise my suppliant hands to thee and cover my face in the dust of that threshold of thine, exalted above the knowledge of the learned and the praise of all that glorify thee. Graciously look upon thy servant, humble and lowly at thy door, with the glances of the eye of thy mercy, and immerse him in the ocean of thine eternal grace. Lord, he is a poor and lowly servant of thine, enthralled and imploring thee, captive in thy hand, praying fervently to thee, trusting in thee, in tears before thy face, calling to thee and beseeching thee, saying, O Lord my God, give me thy grace to serve thy loved ones. Strengthen me in my servitude to thee. Illumine my brow with the light of adoration in thy court of holiness, and of prayer to thy kingdom of grandeur. Help me to be selfless at the heavenly entrance of thy gate, and aid me to be detached from all things within thy holy precincts. Lord, give me to drink from the chalice of selflessness. With its robe clothe me, and in its ocean immerse me. Make me as dust in the pathway of thy loved ones, and grant that I may offer up my soul for the earth ennobled by the footsteps of thy chosen ones in thy path, O Lord of glory in the highest. With this prayer doth thy servant call thee at dawntide and in the night season. Fulfill his heart's desire, O Lord. Illumine his heart, gladden his bosom, kindle his light, that he may serve thy cause and thy servants. Thou art the bestower, the pitiful, the most bountiful, the gracious, the merciful, the compassionate.
ای رب کریم تو شاهدی و آگاهی که در این ششدر فراق چنان مهجور و مغموم و مغموم که نفس منقطع و دمی آسایش منسلب مهربانی از رانان مرحمتی فرما و آیت رحمتی بنما این فرقت پر حرقت را این ذره نابود را چه ثمری و این هستی مفقود را چه اثری در ایام تو مقتدری یا توانایی سم فراق را به تریاق